and Diana Burnwood are the world's top assassins working for the ICA. Unknowingly, they have been hired by a shadow client to target a number of operatives of Providence, a secret organization working in the highest echelons of power. Providence's controller, the Constant, approaches Diana and makes her a deal. Eliminate the shadow client and learn about 47's past. But when 47 discovers that the shadow client is Lucas Gray, his lost childhood friend, he and Diana switch sides to fulfill an old pact: destroy Providence. Together, they manage to capture the Constant, forcing him to reveal the identities of the 3 Providence partners. Eliminate them, and the war would be over. However, the Constant has an ace up his sleeve. Agent 47 and Diana. Look closer. In the shadows. Behind the everyday world. Beyond the headlines and the seats of power. A hidden hand. A kind of company known as Providence. To it, we were just assets. To use and throw away. To do the unthinkable. The unforgivable. And it never gave us a second thought. Until now. After decades in the shadows, we are fighting back. Me and 47. Much has been lost, but we are closer than ever. We trapped the Constant, Providence's chief controller, and finally learnt the names of its 3 partners. In their downfall, we lay the past to rest. And, just maybe, look towards the future. 47. It's time.
Partners are down there. You know, I never planned this far ahead. You never do. I see someone got his memory back. Wait, is that a beacon? What the hell? Base. Alexa Carlisle's helicopter just took off. Confirm target locations, over. Diana, what's the status?
Right. We have a situation. Carlisle has left the building. And I think I know why. The Constant has escaped. He persuaded one of the sailors into setting him free. And since then, he's been seizing control of Providence assets and resources. I can only assume Carlisle is rushing to contain the damage.
If she slips away again...
We'll keep track of her. Make sure she doesn't. Meanwhile, the plan stays the same. Your destination is the Scepter, the world's tallest building where the partners are laying low, courtesy of their host, Sheikh Omar Al-Ghazali. Marcus Stuyvesant is 5th-generation old money. His family made its fortune in real estate and banking, and were at one point the chief landowners in New York. Carl Ingram is a powerful Washington kingmaker whose family grew rich selling gunpowder during the American Civil War, and later established a globe-spanning empire in oil, coal, and steel. Both families long since retreated from public view, but their quiet dominance endures to this day. Now, the partners likely suspect that we're coming, so Mr. Gray will infiltrate building controls and disable all electronic doors and elevators. Stuyvesant and Ingram are about to find they have nowhere left to run.
Right. This is our moment, 47. Providence ruined our lives with the flick of a pen. Today, we return the favor. Happy hunting.
Welcome to Dubai, 47. Today is the inauguration of the scepter, and the ceremony is well underway. You will find Marcus Stuyvesant near the building's signature art installation, while a paranoid Carl Ingram has ensconced himself in his penthouse suite, security on highest alert. Mr. Gray is already in position and ready to assist. Good luck, 47.
Come in. 47, do you copy?
I'm here.
Are you in position?
I'm heading towards the point of entry.
Good. Get back to me when you're there. Locked. 47, use your camera and scan the lock, will you? I think I can... override the Windows controls from here.
I'm in position.
47, the inauguration is taking place close by. Once you've infiltrated it, get your bearings. I'm sure there must be floor plans somewhere.
Understood.
We need absolute focus on this one. If Ingram and Stuyvesant are alerted to our presence, we may lose them for good. We are so close, 47.
Don't worry. They're not going anywhere.
to the barge Al-Ghazali.
Familiar faces here today. And this has been a dream of mine for a great many years. And as all of you know, I am from one of the less privileged sides of the spectrum. But with a small loan for my dad,
It helps out with
Glad to hear that, sir.
Please get out of my face. My cousins, without whose friendship, influence, So, I'm humbly proud to open the Burj Al-Ghazali. Oh, not like that. The scepter. Now, please, be my guests and celebrate. And thank you.
His Royal Highness has really outdone himself. And everyone else who's built a skyscraper in Dubai in the past 5 years, for that matter. I pity the builders who'll have to work on whichever vanity project follows.
Listen, I want to talk to the partners directly. Make them understand why all of this is happening. And that terminal gives me an idea. There's a server room near the Sheikh's personal reception. If you can gain access to it, we might be able to recover useful intel from it. We'll have to work together to hack the system, but it's our best shot. It looks like the staff area could provide you with a viable route to the server room.
What an amazing
His Royal Highness Al-Ghazali.
There's a keypad lock on the doors to the staff area. One moment. All right, try this. 4706. There's quite a bit of security here. One moment. You ready for some more fresh air, 47?
James called. Sometimes I just want to throw my head back, really work something good. I want to just hock it right in. Oh, you're no fun. Hey, waiter, just wait a damn second.
Whoa! I need help. Someone, please help me.
Hey, you! Stop! Stop choking me! Double tap. Take him down! Understood. He's engaged. Moving! Suppress him! Ah!
She finds the idea
bad,
of married
other
couples
than the
sleeping in
face.
different beds under the same roof cold and awkward.
Listen, I want to talk to the partners directly. Make them understand why all of this is happening. And that terminal gives me an idea. There's a server room near the Sheikh's personal reception. If you can gain access to it, we might be able to recover useful intel from it. We'll have to work together to hack the system, but it's our best shot.
Welcome. Thank you for coming.
There's a keypad lock on the doors to the staff area. One moment. All right, try this. 4706. There's quite a bit of security here. One moment. You ready for some more fresh air, 47?
Cannot believe James called in sick today. Of all...
That's awful. You are awful.
Spike someone's drink with the legs in. Calm down. Somebody do it! That's so cool. Do you know what a man is without his gun?
Crying like a baby.
You women will never understand.
And I don't think we ever will.
Please!
Oh, hell! Don't you dare throw a rock!
think I can open that window remotely. Scan the lock with your camera and I'll have a try.
Don't! That's gonna hurt!
Sheikh Al-Ghazali is reaching out to his worldwide network of lawyers and financial contacts, attempting to restore the lost power base of the Providence partner. If Ingram and Stuyvesant were asked to a meeting, thinking they'll be told of new developments, I suspect they'd jump at the chance. There's a lounge area at the top of the building. It can be sealed off for private conversations. If we lure the targets there, they'll be trapped.
Keep a low profile. Come with me.
Right behind you.
How's it going up here?
We're good for now. I've only got one thing. That bloke might be some regularity.
Hey, how are you?
Greetings, sir.
Still not right. Don't feel
What?
Right there. That's Marcus Stuyvesant, Providence partner, self-entitled and arrogant little worm. He might not look like much, but he's done more damage to the world than you could dream.
Hey, buddy.
Hello, sir.
Marcus, hope you are keeping yourself out of trouble.
Trying to keep a low profile.
So, have you talked to your daughter?
That's none of your business.
Everything here is my business. You are my guest. Do you know that Carl is wondering why you are down here?
Carl is not my keeper. You better keep your mouth shut. He can't know I contacted her.
Don't worry, Marcus. Your secret is safe with me. Carl knows nothing. And I hope you won't forget that. You know, I gave you a very moving eulogy during my speech.
I'm sorry I missed it.
Yes, so am I. Stay safe. And remember who your friends are. I hope your talk with your daughter gives you some closure. And you remember I've done you more than just one favor.
I will. Shit. Cornelia's not...
Rangan guy. Have to wait. Never asked me to work for him. Never calls me. I put in my CV. Such a dick. Such a dick.
Back here towards me, hon.
I believe that you believe that.
I'm right here, honey.
Now we are older and quiet.
Hey there.
Thanks. Have fun. What knows?
Oh, come on. I hate clinging. Christ, Cornelia is not alone. Okay, you see that woman yakking away in there? I need you to get rid of her. Normally I would say by any means necessary, but alas, she is one of the stars of the inauguration. So I would like you to lure her away from the other young lady I need to talk to. Understood? Good. Can't believe she's still there.
So she wanted one. Oh, no, two. Shoot. I should ask again. How are you, son?
Excuse me. Has my replacement guard turned up yet?
Sir, we have word that he's arrived. We're just waiting for him to turn up.
I'm glad to hear, but I don't like to be kept waiting. Make sure he has his papers and call me, okay?
I'll call you as soon as he turns up.
Just get him up here, or I'll make a personal complaint to His Royal Highness, and you don't want that.
Stuyvesant is expecting a replacement guard. If you can locate him, we should be able to get within strangling distance of the little worm.
Okay, you must be my new escort. I have very high standards, and trust you will do your duty. You have your credentials on you? Let me see here. Yes, that looks good. I like it. A cutlery expert, no less. I have no idea what that means. But your CV is very impressive. This looks perfect. Okay, walk with me. I need to go through some ground rules. I expect you to be by my side 24/7, unless I say otherwise. Bathroom breaks are, of course, permitted, but only when I say so. I have a very important, delicate meeting today, in which I expect you to keep your ears closed, but your eyes wide open. Understood? Now, your papers were indeed impressive, but I need to see what you can do with my own eyes. My father used to take me hunting. He was an avid hunter. I personally hated it, but always admired his skill with a knife, and grew to appreciate what it takes to gut an animal. Have you ever tried to gut an animal?
Yes.
Good. Then you know it's not so easy as it looks. Like trying to stab a rubber ball. Bounces back if you don't stab it correctly. We're almost here. You have to understand. I didn't get where I am by blind faith. Okay, we are almost there. You see the shooting targets? Any fool can shoot a target. With a knife? No. That's where the talent lies. My father always used to say, if you are good with a knife, you're even better with a gun. I want to see your skills. I don't know why, but I've always trusted a man who would throw a knife. I'm sure a psychiatrist would have a field day with that statement. So, show me what you got. Do well and you work for me. Fail, you get out of here, and I never want to see your face again. It's just to hope he is half as good as you were.
Only time will tell.
You cocky idiot. That wasn't bad. Please! I need help!
You got him, 47. Marcus Stuyvesant won't be a problem anymore. Let's move on to Carl Ingram. We're not done yet. You've gained his trust. What to do with all that power?
Greetings, sir.
Look, it's just a precaution.
I've been personally invited by the Royal Highness Omar Al-Ghazali. I should have clearance. The name is Zaina Kazim.
Sir, I understand. But but you can't enter without being searched. It's standard procedure.
This is ridiculous.
Well, that's how it is. Think about it, and come back if you want. I'll be waiting upstairs in the reception. Understood?
Crystal.
That was a big waste of time. Crystal Dawn won't be happy.
Excuse me, but can you please extinguish that signal?
You're coming on a little strong, and I don't feel the same. Back off, please.
Excuse me, but can you please extinguish that cigarette? You are blowing cancer directly into my body.
It's a smoking area. If you don't like it, piss off.
Jesus, I'm just asking nicely.
No, you were being a bitch. Now go away and binge eat some celery or whatever idiots like you do. Or I'll do something worse than blowing cancer in your face.
Oh my God, what is your problem? You are sick.
You have no idea.
Never in my life have I seen a star fall so far.
You think so? Stick to your acrylic pours, dear, and leave the true art to the true artists.
You used to be so fun at these kind of events.
Huh?
Jesus! Holy shit! I need help! Someone please help me! Hey, you there! I really need some help here!
Hey, you! What's the problem here?
I just heard someone fighting! I
strongly suggest you leave the vicinity.
Hey, you! Did you, by any chance, make this mess? Hey! Hey! Why aren't you listening to me? Are you deaf or something?
Man, you read me. Over.
Don't tell me you don't know what went down here.
Come on, you copy. I'm at the location now. Over. Could be you for all I know.
Greetings, sir.
It's just a drink.
Hey there!
Stunning.
Excuse me?
What's a gentleman?
Hello. Yeah, just wanted to remind you about the lockdown.
What are you up to, man? What's going on here?
Yeah,
Stop!
same code.
Don't even think about it!
9, 2, 7. Just don't tell your mother or I'll have to shoot.
Stand down or I will...
What the hell are you doing? Papa Bat, take him out!
Oh shit! I must go and get the from the what did I say? I was going to get. I can't remember what it was now. Something about the. What's yeah? Oh yeah. Okay. I'll do it when I get to the.
smells delicious. Is it nearly done?
Are you kidding me? No, it needs to simmer for perfection. It must not be disturbed. You speed it up, and you break all the glorious flavors. It'll become mush.
Well, I got a call from upstairs that the guest is hungry.
When that clock rings, Mr. Ingram can eat, and it will be like the angels touched his palate. Heavenly. You understand?
But isn't it just a stew?
Oh, get out of my kitchen, you imbecile. I... don't want your filthy words contaminating my food, idiot. Now, to thicken things up a little more, you'll want to perfect your roux. That's just fat and flour, so butter would be ideal.
See, that's what I thought I should be doing, but then I found this recipe blog where the right...
It's Carl Ingram, Providence partner and brass-balled billionaire. A legendary political fixer, Ingram is old money and as rotten as they come.
Lockdown drill tomorrow? I got it. I'll get issued one tomorrow morning.
You know how it works? Because I don't.
It's easy. Two of us are stationed up here and below, by the card reader.
I'm sorry, but Mr. Ingram, who is the Royal Highness's guest, has requested no noise of any kind.
Okay, but it means I'll work slower.
I don't care what tempo you work.
And it's on.
And I'll probably get a warning about that.
Get away!
Roger that.
Fist fighting! Oh, what? Did I hit you in the face? Smells delicious. Is it nearly done?
Are you kidding me? No, it needs to simmer for perfection. It must not be disturbed. You speed it up, and you break all the glorious flavors. It'll become mush.
Well, I got a call from upstairs that the guest is hungry.
When that clock rings, Mr. Ingram can eat, and it will be like the angels touched his palate. Heavenly. You understand?
But isn't it just a stew?
I'll get out of my kitchen, you imbecile. I don't want your filthy words contaminating my food, idiot. If you want something simple, very, very simple. And from there, you can just go buck wild. Fennel time, whatever does it. Chuck it in.
Hey, server! Who is this joker? Is he a friend of yours?
Not another step!
Hey, can't touch that.
No!
Let me see. Moving in on... Safety's off, buddy. Stay calm or be... Oh!
Ah, will someone help me?
I understand. And...
Oh, my. Fire it! He took one out! Alpha team, flank left! Bravo team, cover fire! Smells delicious. Is it nearly done?
Are you kidding me? No, it needs to simmer for perfection. It must not be disturbed. You speed it up, and you break all the glorious flavors. It'll become mush.
Well, I got a call from upstairs that the guest is hungry.
When that clock rings, Mr. Ingram can eat, and it will be like the angels touched his palate. Heaven. You understand?
But isn't it just a stew?
I'll get out of my kitchen, you imbecile. I don't want your filthy words contaminating my food, idiot. So, for your soup, you want to make sure you have bones on the pot too. Not just meat, or else the stock really doesn't taste.
benefit.
Okay, yeah. I think I can handle that.
And look, worst case scenario, you mess up, you have to order a pizza. No one's going to complain about pizza.
Where have you been my whole life?
Make way, I'm going to the bathroom. Make way.
How are you?
Yeah. Why?
But
Just
I
wondered
like
if you got the
listening to
briefing on the
reviews.
lockdown
Our
drill
Royal
tomorrow.
Highness
I got it.
complains about it
I'll get
before.
issued one tomorrow morning, but you know how it works? Because I don't.
It's easy. Two of us are stationed up here and below,
But it
by the
means I'll
card
work
reader.
slower.
I don't care what tempo you work.
It will be slow. And I'll probably get a warning about that.
So if that should happen, I should be able to run down and act.
I think I'm in love.
Well, but I guess that will need a little practice.
Happy to not be at work tomorrow. Seems like a lot of running around.
What we're paid to do.
Yeah, it'll probably never happen.
Just like fire drills.
Yeah. Just like fire drills.
I found a weapon back there. In this day and age, it's horrifying.
You stay here and try not to get in my way, right?
What up, Chef? Please stay back.
Hi. Whatever.
Who are you? Hey, you! What's this guy's problem?
Christ's sakes.
Hey, stop right now!
Move up! Engage! Going for civilians.
Somebody help me!
Would you like to join me?
If you insist.
Oh no. I don't feel good. Oh shit.
We got him, 47. Soon there will be no more Providence. You need to find an exit. Our business is done here, but it's far from over.
Hey, hold it right there!
How are you, sir?
Come in, Delta 6, the new Big Cat, on Tango's last known position. Nothing here. No business.
If that's your winning face, I'd hate to see you lose.
We underestimated the Constant.
Yeah, he's a glorified desk clerk.
He's not just after the money. He wants it all.
We caught him once, we can do it again. And, well, we're not the ones who let him escape.
You still don't trust her.
I don't like executive decision makers. Look, you don't have to follow her, you know? Soon, this will be over. Maybe it's time to think about the future. You have to face the possibility that there's no going back. If the ICA knows what you did...
She'll make it right. She always does.
We have a fix on Carlisle. Come on. We've got a plane to catch. I hope you like the rain, 47.
Miss Burnwood.
How did you...
I have everyone's number. You really ought to know by now.
You planned this? All of it?
Don't be silly. I just played the hand I was dealt.
We'll find you.
You had me. Where'd that get you?
We handed you an empire.
It's for the best. The partners were complacent, set in their ways. But power is more than just security. Providence can be an agent of change. Surely you understand. Or you will. Soon enough.
Agent 47 and Diana Burnwood are the world's top
she came home.
Carlyle's lost an empire. You fall hard enough, you tend to be reminded of what truly matters. So, the end of the line. You ready for this?
Are you? Who will you be, without a score to settle?
I guess the world's most wanted fugitive will have to do.
Alexa Carlyle is dead. According to the funeral invitation, that is. So naturally, it caused quite a stir when the late matriarch turned up at the breakfast table, alive and kicking. Carlyle, wisely sensing that her number is up, has emerged from exile to tie up loose ends and secure the Carlyle legacy. She may be a monster, but you have to admire her due diligence. Carlyle descends from an ancient line of warrior aristocrats. Her great-grandfather made a killing in the Second Opium War and established an empire in shipping, railroads, and newspaper publishing. While largely unknown to the public, the family still asserts its quiet dominance over global transport and logistics, media, and technology. Most senior of the partners, Alexa Carlyle, is cold as ice, tough as nails, and sharp as a razor. Incidentally, it was her late father who first brought the three families together after the end of World War II at this very house, meaning that this gentleman is the birthplace of Providence.
It began here, and it ends here. Talk about poetic.
One more thing. According to our intel, Carlyle keeps a case file on the Constant, information that may be helpful in his recapture, so don't leave the estate without it.
Right. Happy hunting, 47. See you on the other side.
Thornbridge Manor, the Carlyle family's home for countless generations. The Revenant Alexa Carlyle and her 3 adult children, younger brother Zachary, grandson, and daughter-in-law, are all gathered to conduct Carlyle's sham funeral. Curiously, Carlyle summoned a famous London PI soon after arriving this morning, but his purpose at Thornbridge is yet unclear. Now, the target knows that you're coming, and her guard detail is top-notch. So Mr. Gray will secure their nearby field HQ and intercept all calls going in and out of the estate. Any appeal for backup is going to fall on very deaf ears. Good luck, gentlemen.
Private area, sir.
Phineas Whitmer, private investigator. I have an appointment with Madame Carlyle.
Please wait. Mr. Whitmer is here to see Madame Carlyle. You can go right in.
That is Phineas Whitmer, the famous private investigator hired by Madame Carlyle this morning. I'm curious why he's here. Maybe you should do some detecting yourself, 47. A famous private investigator,
You shouldn't be here. I'm getting security to teach you some manners.
Hey!
Come on, do you read? Seems like we have a homicide on our hands.
Negative, Command. Got nothing so far.
Nothing here. It's best that you vacate this area. Please leave in an orderly fashion.
Acknowledge. Whoa!
I need to do a quick... Sir, you're not authorized to be here. Going to have to ask you to stop, sir.
You just saved yourself a lot of trouble.
I'll be done in a sec. You're clear. Move on.
Mr. Whitmer, thank God you're here. Can I take you to Madame Carlyle?
Yes, please.
If you'd follow me. This is what I mean. You have to be patted down before you see Madame Carlyle inside.
No need to
I
panic.
could just cry.
Sir, I need to pat you down if you want access to this area. It'll be over quick, sir. Just remain calm. Right, we're good. Keep moving, please.
Mr. Whitmer, thank you for coming on such short notice. A great tragedy has fallen upon us, and I need a quick resolution, handled with absolute discretion.
Results and discretion are my speciality.
Very well. I suppose you will want to start at the crime scene.
In my experience, a thorough examination of a potential crime scene is half the job done.
Good. Fernsby will take over from here.
I am Mr. Fernsby, the butler. Madame Carlyle has asked me to assist you in any way possible. Mr. Whitmer, I understand that you've traveled from London. Would you care for some refreshments? Or do you prefer to go straight to Mr. Zachary's sleeping quarters?
I prefer to get started.
As you wish. If you'll follow me, sir. I feel obliged to point out that current affairs surrounding Madame Carlyle are of a delicate nature. You may be familiar with the recent announcement of her death. You will probably learn that a staged funeral is scheduled to take place tomorrow. Madame's children were not informed until this morning that their mother was in fact not dead at all. So please bear with them if they seem affected by the rather unusual situation. I trust I do not need to remind you that there will be consequences if word gets out that Madame Carlyle is still alive.
I'll consider her dead when I leave.
Before you inspect the crime scene, I will tell you this. The case concerns the death of Mr. Zachary, Madame Carlyle's younger brother. He was found dead in his bed this morning. The door was locked from the inside, and a suicide letter was found in his room. However, Madame Carlyle suspects foul play and will not accept that he took his own life.
I've prepared some information for you, so please do come and see me when you've finished your investigation of the crime scene. This is Mr. Zachary's room, to my right.
A locked room murder mystery, 47. I trust you'll get to the bottom of this. Why don't you use your camera to scan the dead body, 47?
Throat markings indicate a rare, short-lived plant poison killed him. Spread shows time of death at around 10 o'clock last night.
You do know your poisons, 47. Zachary was shopping for new Wellingtons last night. Not exactly what you would expect from someone suicidal.
A hidden door.
It's a secret passage. This could explain how the door was locked from the inside. A photocopy of the floor plans. Somebody's been researching the secret ins and outs of Thornbridge Manor. I think the crime scene has more clues, 47. Zachary's suicide note. Also, a sample of handwriting. It could be relevant to compare to other samples to establish its authenticity. I believe you've done a thorough search of the crime scene, 47. Maybe it's time to see the butler. I'm curious about the information he's prepared for you.
Looking good, looking good.
Mr. Fernsby, I'm done with the crime scene.
Did you establish a time of death?
Zachary died around 10 o'clock last night.
Well, that means the staff were off duty. And Madame Carlyle and her security didn't arrive until this morning. That leaves Madame's family and myself as the only persons here when he died. And before you ask, no, I do not have an alibi. I was alone in my office at the time of death. Here's the material that I prepared for you. It's a list of the possible suspects and their quarters. Hopefully that will help you keep track of your findings. Please come and see me when you've solved the case, and I will take you to Madame Carlyle.
This is very
Mr.
useful
Fernsby?
information.
Mr.
47.
Whitman, you have enough evidence to present your case for Madame Carlyle?
No, not yet.
Come and see me when you do.
So how does one solve a murder mystery, 47? Motive, means, and opportunity, I believe. May I suggest you ask the suspects for alibis? Or perhaps do you prefer searching the manor for clues first?
Patrick Carlyle, can you tell me where you were yesterday evening?
Making you wash his car
Sneaky
twice?
butler, isn't it? He ratted
Patrick's
me out.
parents
Elaine,
did not do a very good
give
job.
us some privacy, would you? Don't tell Mother, okay? She's really tense these days, and the last thing I need is more hassle. I took that pretty blonde, Rosie, for an evening stroll. I mean, how the fuck am I expected to cope for an entire weekend in this shithole? I'm bored out of my mind. So, is that it?
What did you think of Zachary?
Creepy as hell. No ambition. Imagine deciding to live in a museum. You know, Father says Zachary and Alexa used to be two of a kind. He had a great future ahead of him. Then suddenly, he just gave up everything. What an idiot. Thank God Daddy chose looks and brains over pedigree when he married Mummy. I don't have to worry about the inbreeding so customary in these circles. If that's all, I think I'll get back to my slow death by boredom. Oh, just remembered, I went for a stroll behind the greenhouse last night. Maybe that's where it is.
What is?
My lost button. The one you couldn't find at the graveyard. Wouldn't it be a good idea for you to go look for it? Now?
A good idea. Yes.
Phil, did you find out if the vote was notarized? How the hell did that happen? No, we'll find it. I gave it to him in person. He says he got it notarized the very same day. Tell me, what did you see the record? Don't take no for an answer. And call me as soon as you've got them.
Thanks, Phil. We'll get to the bottom of this.
Rebecca Carlyle, can you tell me about yesterday evening?
We don't really see much of each other, my brothers and I. I suppose it takes our mother's funeral to bring us together, and even then, it's not like we sit on each other's laps. Now, let's see. Patrick, Gregory's son, disappeared straight after dinner. You know, I think he might be in some sort of trouble. Edward wanted to go as well, but Gregory convinced him to stay for a few drinks before they went off for a pint at the local at 8:45. I swear Gregory enjoys Edward's discomfort over staying here. I had a conference call with my New York office at 9, so I spent 3 hours on my laptop in my room.
and went straight to bed afterwards. I don't know about Emma. She did act a bit strange. You know, I bet she was making lists for changes needing to be done once she gets her hands on Thornbridge Manor. Quite the shock she had when Mother arrived during breakfast. Is there anything else you want to ask me?
Tell me about Zachary. Did he act strange last night?
You know, now you mention it, he was a lot more chatty than usual. He wanted to know about my connections in the publishing business. Apparently, a friend of his is writing a book, which strikes me as very peculiar. I didn't think he had any friends. Is that everything, Mr. Whitmer? I do have a lot to see to.
Anything else you feel like mentioning?
I may be wrong, but I saw Mr. Fernsby, the butler, leave Zachary's room early this afternoon. And he seemed a bit startled when he saw me in the hallway. It's probably nothing. Oh, and one more thing. Please be kind to Edward. He can only take so much.
Pacing, for God's sake, Emma.
But why don't we get any kind of explanation? It's bloody rouge, that's what it is. Making us come here to play funeral and then show up like nothing's the least bit strange.
Oh, don't get your knickers all twisted.
I'm telling... You're giving me a bit of anxiety, sir. I'm telling you, she's not fit to be in charge anymore.
Gregory Carlyle, can you tell me where you were yesterday evening?
Oh, you're wondering about my alibi, Mr. Detective. Well, I left Thornbridge around 8:30 for a pint with Edward. I wish I hadn't. Quiz night at the inn. On the other hand, staying here with Zachary, my obnoxious sister, and the wife sporting another one of her headaches would have been a fate worse than death. The short of it, Zachary was very much alive when we left. I stayed for the last shout, and I was back here just before midnight. Is that all?
Tell me about Zachary.
Zach? Huh. Such a sad old sod. A bit heavy on the bottle, but who could blame him? Only company he had was his rare plants and Mother, who travels more than she stays here. Honestly, I can't say which is the bigger bore. He's better off dead. Anything else you want to
Anything else you'd like to tell me?
Nothing, really. I'm just enjoying the show. Our perfect mother obviously fucked up, didn't she? Faking her own death. You know, she's explained nothing to us. I think she's scared to own up to her own mistake.
Emma Carlyle, can you tell me where you were yesterday evening?
Surely I'm not a suspect.
I need to account for everyone.
Well, I spent the evening with my family, but I got an awful migraine and had to take to bed. Everyone can attest to that. I believe I went up when the boys sat down for a drink around 8 o'clock. Is that all?
How did you feel about Zachary?
I might as well be honest. His presence was always awkward. But how do you have a meaningful conversation with a man who only cares about plants? In my opinion, Alexa bears some responsibility for how this ended. She supported his self-limiting behavior by letting him live here. Anything else you want to know?
Have you noticed anything else out of the ordinary?
Nothing special comes to mind. Except, perhaps, I did get a feeling that Zachary was depressed, not just sad. I suppose he realized that he had no one with Alexa gone. Even Alexa must feel the pangs of guilt over that one, letting him believe she was dead. Then again, guilt isn't her strong suit.
But you're right. It's beautiful.
Gregory, don't say more.
Professor Edward Carlyle, Can you tell me your whereabouts for last night?
Oh, yes, this dreadful business with Zachary. I stay at the local inn. You see, I prefer not to spend the night here at Thornbridge Manor. My brother Gregory came along for a nightcap. He'll never admit it, but I think he understands that I find this whole thing upsetting and wanted to provide some comfort. I believe we went to the Stag's Head around 8:30. If that's all?
Can you tell me about Zachary's behavior last night?
I certainly didn't expect him to commit suicide. Sure, he was upset by Mother's supposed death. We were. But he seemed more engaged than usual. You should ask Rebecca. They had a long talk. Did you know that he hadn't left Thornbridge Manor in nearly 50 years? His plants, Mother, and the staff, all the company he had. Anything else I can do to help?
Did you notice anything else out of the ordinary?
You mean apart from the fact that we came here to bury our mother and she shows up alive and kicking? Zachary found dead in his bed this morning? Or perhaps that the planned funeral is still taking place and I have to do the eulogy? And Mother will surely have strong opinion on it afterwards. I can't breathe. Excuse me.
How are you
Mr.
today,
Fernsby?
Mr. Whitmer, you have enough evidence to present your case for Madame Carlyle?
No, not yet.
Come and see me when you do.
That is the door to Rebecca's room.
Check his travel docs. I vetted him thoroughly. He's good. Upset with Madame Carlyle. I did, sir. It all checked out.
All right there.
Aaron Ford Jr. calling from Morgan, Yates & Cohn. I need to get a listing of asset transfers from the Carlisle account HTC Depot number 5085. No, I... Right. I'll double check and get back to you.
Legacy, what bollocks. It's all gone.
Madame Carlisle.
Mr. Whitmer, you found proof of what happened to my...
That's Madame Carlisle taken care of. Time to get the file on Arthur Edwards.
Sir.
I can't forget his eyes. They were so swollen, it didn't even look like Zachary. I've never seen a dead body before. Hello, this is Cassandra Cox, Edward's ex-wife. I don't know what's going on at your house, Madame but Carlisle Edward is losing doesn't it think again. so.
Why else
He
would she
seems to
allow a
believe
detective to come here, has come
The
back
murder
from the dead,
was the
and
blood?
that he has to write the eulogy for some make-believe funeral event. I still have the restraint and eyes that relegate the now and then.
Yeah, hey, bro.
Gotta dig this place. Ancestral graveyard, trophy room, and the office safe is hidden behind a portrait, with a secret mechanism for uncovering it. It's got real soul.
First time here?
Yep.
Yeah, it's impressive, all right.
A safe in Madame Carlyle's office. I bet that's where she keeps the file on Arthur Edwards. Peculiar icons above the safe. I wonder if they might be some sort of a code. Maybe have a look around the office, 47.
Whoa!
Cassandra again. Listen, somebody at your end needs to act now. Edward is really acting out. He's leaving message after message on my phone. Like, what if the kids pick up when he's like this? This is exactly why I got that restraining order in the first place. The man has some serious issues. If I get one more call, I'll report it. I've had it enough.
Can't be too careful. Part of the job.
Whole situation isn't normal.
Oh, great uniform.
He must be so confused. I don't like how Alexa's way of running things impacts our trust.
This all confirms that Arthur Edwards stole everything from Madame Carlyle. Perhaps you should let her know how bad it is, 47. I can see from the log that Rebecca was in a conference call from 9 p.m. to midnight last night. This all confirms that Arthur Edwards stole everything from Madame Carlyle. Perhaps you should let her know how bad it is, 47. I can see from the log that Rebecca was in a conference call from 9 p.m. to midnight last night.
Madame Carlyle.
Mr. Whitmer, you found proof of what happened to my brother?
No, not yet.
Go and see Fernsby when you do.
Madame Carlyle.
Mr. Whitmer, you found proof of what happened to my brother?
No, not yet.
Go and see Fernsby when you do.